Warning, gore, question mark? The wind started to pick up, the air becoming hotter, like the summer heat of a lava mountain, thunder beginning to ring throughout the sky, the fire from the lights flying around the wind that swirled around you, turning into a blazing inferno. Please, my goddess, use this girl's body as yours, oh red sun. Then the fire went to him. He began to yell and scream, "My lord!" Natalie gasped. She went to help, but even to her, a spirit, she was burned. You call yourself the Sun Empress child. From the fire walked a woman. Also, P.S. The following down below, you can change if you want to. You don't have to follow these rules. Okay, let's keep going back. Her hair flowing. It looked as if a red whole galaxy flowed within inside of it. Her eyes were a blazing blue. But the thing that caught everyone's eyes were the sun that floated around by her chest, her earring a shining sun, and a sun halo that stayed behind her head as it glowed, making all her face glow under the darkness that was this horrid night. Being more of a light that came from her. In her hand was a spear, its head being black, and it looked to be made of obsidian. You mistaken the body already of the sun child. You darken the beautiful white moon. You've called your wish for the red sun, but not for your wishes. She slammed the bottom of the spear onto the floor, lava seeping out of nowhere and going right to them. You also plan on taking power from the Sun-Kiss, don't you? In a flash, you were right in front of the corpse, your hand grabbing his face. He kind of looked as if he enjoyed it, though. Ew. It was starting to get way too hot for the two of them. Yin, please, you have to stop this, Kirishima yelled, hoping to get you. No, these two need to know who they must fear. You spat. You flew up into the air and was quick to come back down and stab the earth with the head of your spear. Fire, lava, and magma came for the two, hands crawling their way to their bodies. Feel the wrath of the sun by being dragged there. Their bodies became to turn into ash. With no wind, they somehow easily flew up into the sky. People of the earth are so cruel. Your eyes looked to the two. Now, for your sins. You pointed at the spear to them. Bakugou was ready to attack you, but you dropped your spear, shortly following down after. Kirishima ran over to you and knelt down. Bakugou, I don't think she meant to do that. Kirishima spoke as he held you, watching as your chest heaved up and down. Bakugou walked over and saw that the tears rolled down your cheeks, and every so often you would whimper, I'm sorry. Let's get away from this shitty place. Bakugou spoke as Kirishima lifted you and the three of you were off. Those stones were fake! Nothing but a spell on a rock. Bakugou slammed his fist on the table, the male having his hands up and everyone in the room watching. You lied just so you could get some fucking money. Spend it all, did ya? Bakugou spat, holding him by his collar. I'm sorry, sir, but they told me they were real, the man yelled, tears starting to run down his face. Bakugou slammed him back down onto his chair. I'll make sure to have your head. Bakugou pointed. Bakugou then stormed out, slamming the door as loud as he could, looking from left to right and then walking somewhere, making sure he wasn't followed. Why? Well, just hear the rumors. The sun god? Wait, does that mean the white stone is real? And the golden clock? Bakugou made his way over to a small house on the edge of the town. No money, Kirishima asked as he stood. Hell no. Just more and more rumors. He looked at you, where you had been looking down at the spear. So, remember anything more? Bakugou asked. He saw your mouth move a bit. You slowly took the spear and stood tall. I am the sun god, the daughter of both the 8 moons and 8 suns, the half of the guardian of earth. You then paused, sitting back down in the chair. It doesn't sound right to me, though. You sighed. I still feel like I'm missing more. Bakugou sighed. At least it's a start. He stood. Until we get you back to normal, we're leaving this town as fast as we got here. Kirishima just stared at you. He just really didn't know what to say. Wait, why don't we find the white stone and the golden clock? The two of you looked at Kirishima. What do you mean? Bakugou spoke, crossing his arms. What if more of herself, you, Yin, come back if we find the items? She has her full power now from that creep. Kirishima smiled at Bakugou, then to you. What do you think? He asked. I think that's a good idea, but there's problems to that plan. Kirishima looked down. First, there are now so many people looking for them. The stone would be hidden so well that not even all the 8 moons and suns would know. You paused. Then there's the clock. It's hidden itself with an everyday clock. You pointed to the old grandfather clock that the house had. It could even look like that, Kirishima thought. So, it's tiny? He asked. A pocket watch. Bakugou sighed. God, this could be anywhere. His head and his hands. He then moved his hands down, his eyelids coming too. Until they went back. We'll ask around. Look at books. Kirishima sighed. Wait, hey, Bakugou. Could I have those childhood stories your mom would always read off? Kirishima asked as he rubbed the back of his head. Maybe there's clues? He asked. Bakugou looked for a moment and then nodded. I just don't know where the fuck they are, but I think I might. He walked off. Kirishima stayed silent and then looked towards you. If you read those, would you at least remember something? He asked. Maybe. I'll have to look. You smiled at him. Found them. Bakugou came out with an old-looking book, its leather being dyed a red hue.